And the register article skipped out a lot of the Linus being Linus stuff. So this is a fairly nice comment. But the worst thing that he says here, the pull requests and online editing are just pure garbage. But this is 2012 Linus, not 2021 Linus. So expect there to be some a bit more mean things said in just a bit. So that's okay. We're still fairly nice here. Here we go. I also refuse to pull commits that have been made with the GitHub web interface. Again, the reason for that is the way the GitHub web interface works. Those commits are invariably pure crap. Okay, there's a bit of Linus being old Linus, but it gets even better from that. So, I don't know who he's referencing. Apparently there's someone called Joseph here. Maybe that comment was deleted. But what he says here is kind of great. By the way, Joseph, you're a quality example of why I detest the GitHub interface. For some reason, GitHub has attracted people with zero taste, who have zero taste, don't care about commit logs, and can't be bothered. The fact that I have higher standards then makes people like you make snarky comments thinking you are cool. There are some hilarious commits on the Linux GitHub. So if you don't know, Linux has a GitHub. The problem though is that Linux does not use the GitHub for development. It's just on GitHub as a backup, basically. So the only reason that pull requests are open is because there's no way to actually close them. As you can see, issues are closed. Everything they can close is closed. But for whatever reason, GitHub does not let you does not allow you to close pull requests. Or at least when they set this up, it didn't allow them to do so. I think now you can, but they probably haven't looked at it in 5 or so years. So whenever you try to make a commit, there's going to be this bot that shows up that basically tells you that you're a fucking moron and you should go and commit this properly. And there's so many comments in here about people trying to do this over and over and over again. Don't understand how you make a contribution here. Actually, this is great. So this person was trying to commit something. The bot was like, yo, you can't commit here. We don't do this on GitHub. We do it on mailing lists. And then's like, I don't understand how we make a contribution here. You don't. You don't make a contribution here. That's the whole point. You make a contribution. Where is it? Here. And it literally tells you everything you need to do to make a contribution. Oh yeah, here's another fun one. Here's actually a really fun one. So, rename readme to readme.md. Otherwise, GitHub won't recognize it as a markdown file. Now, the funny thing here is the GitHub readme, the Linux readme, is not a markdown file. At all. So there's no point doing this. And there's some fun comments in here. Imagine trying to become a Linux maintainer by submitting a PR with 3 changed characters. The file is not written in Markdown, so it should not be a Markdown file. But if it should have an extension, it should be .txt. But everything is text unless specified otherwise. I suggest renaming it to lowercase for a more professional altitude. I think I'm supposed to say attitude to comply with the recent COC shouting bad. Oh, right, it should be lowercase because if it's capitals, then it's going to be shouting. Everywhere in the Linux kernel, yes means no, and no means yes for whatever reason. So I fixed around 44,000 lines. I'm now maintainer of the Linux kernel project. Okay, this person's just taking the piss. GitHub sadly won't create a diff because it's too large. Oh yeah, also GitHub, that's another thing Linus doesn't like. That GitHub's diffs don't work. Yeah, yes, or remove. Oh, so this guy literally just did a regex on everywhere that it said no and just replaced it with yes. Oh my god, I love it. The Jesus algorithm. Okay, implements the simplest possible no overwrite mode. It does nothing but return 0. Implements the simplest possible yes overwrite mode. It does yes thing but return 0. I love this commit. This is actually amazing. It ain't a cool joke at all. No, it's a pretty cool joke. Some of these mistakes... I like how someone's taking this seriously. I know, concerned. ISD concerned. Return yes to fire. Oh, so good. Mox attack yes logi. Yes logi. There we go. Yes logi. And actually no, if we go to the going to the closed commits, you get even more fun ones. So the open commits are just stuff that's been sitting here for ages. What is it? Created pizza. I haven't actually seen this one. Wait, what is this? Recipe for Naveen. Base, buy an oven. Prepare a pizza, eat. And then there's some comments in here with people getting very salty that this is happening. Stop playing the Linux kernel repository. The community thanks you. Well, the thing is, the Linux kernel maintainers are never going to see this. They don't actually care. Hey, what are you trying to do in here? You waste your time, mister. Bad code. Oh, I love this. I need this not off my Wi-Fi to work. Good day. Maybe Linus has some kind of proc mail script that do the job for him. Boomers detected. Now, as I was saying, if we go to the closed ones, there's even more fun stuff in here. I think there's a guy called Ghost in here who committed a bunch of absolute garbage. I can hear a bird outside my room. I don't know why. I wish I'd saved the page it was on. Oh, here we go. Fixed COC. Here's some fun stuff. Fixed COC. What did you fix with the COC? Fixed cock bug. Uh-huh. What am I looking at? Here's this ghost dude. I wonder if we can find it. I could jump into just any one of these random commits with comments. Here we go. Test GitHub. Test GitHub. Yep, you tested GitHub. Good job. Okay, there's no comments here. Damn. Okay, no fun. Here's fun. This guy just sits around, like, for a couple of years ago, he just sat around just trolling the GitHub Linux repository. And the weird thing is that people act as if this actually matters. I barely comment here, but shitposting has been increasing lately. Where did the good users went? They probably went over to the Linux mailing list where development actually gets done. Why are people even here? There are no good people. Linus hates pull requests, so he ignores them. It's now basically a free sandbox of posts. That's the funny thing. Like, for so long, there were people taking this seriously, actually being like, no, we're going to moderate it. And Linus just doesn't care that it even exists. He just has the code there. Like, he has a bot running that will go and tell you to piss off, and he has a bot that will sync everything over. That's all the GitHub exists for. I kind of wish that the shit posting on the GitHub did pick back up, but they ended up disabling comments. So sadly, only the guys who commented prior with their shit post can comment now, which is no fun.